Thank you.
Okay, the next thing we have on the agenda is the Hatfield McCoy Trail System. I had this put on the agenda. I had discussed this somewhat with both commissioners. We've been looking at this thing, and we had a public hearing over at the McCorkle area the other night. I wasn't there, but both the other commissioners were. I did have the opportunity to talk to both of them as well as some other people that were in attendance that night. The day after that meeting, I had a call from Hatfield McCoy's Executive Director, Jeff Lusk, and there was concerns brought up that night that really bothered him. And he went into several of those with me. We were trying to figure out, what's the best thing to do about this situation. We want to bring maximum economic impact of these trails coming into the county. But we don't want to slide anybody. We don't want one people getting it and the other people not getting it. And it appears in talking with Mr. Lusk that he feels, and Hatfield McCoy people feel that the trail system might be best served and with less controversy if the trailhead was on the Route 3 location instead of at the McCorkle Community Center. Mr. McCann brought up concerns that it may not allow the McCorkle area to be developed the way it could be developed, or it might affect negatively businesses there. I addressed that concern with Mr. Lusk, and he told me that, basically that area will benefit from the trail system whether there's a trailhead at the McCorkle Center or not. There's a direct connector into the trail system from McCorkle, and that will always remain. So anyone that has businesses in those areas, whether it be lodging, whether it be some type of groceries or something of that nature, would still benefit because they could directly access it from McCorkle. But the thing you won't have is everybody coming in there at daylight and starting, 50 to 100 machines up and running through the town up there and back and forth on that small road. The road has always been a concern of mine, and when talking with Hatfield McCoy, they had some problems with it too. What I suggested to the commission that we might want to do, and Hatfield McCoy is agreeable to this, in fact, they told me if we could get this resolution passed tonight, they would measure for the building Monday over on Route 3. There's 2 acres they have access to over there that they can put it there. We also have plans to have a northern entrance, a northern trailhead entrance off the McCorkle exit of Border G. But as of right now, and the connector into McCorkle, they've already mapped the trails. We have a map in the office that you can look at as you go in the commission's office. It's on the left. But the other thing is I also talked with commissioners about the fact that putting the trailhead on the Route 3 system will enhance our chance of getting the Mud River area being declared a state park because of the location between Route 3 across Balder to the Mud River area. And I do think that is a positive in there. But it would be my recommendation, and I want the other commissioners to speak to this, that we do go ahead and ask Hatfield McCoy to put the south trailhead at the Route 3 location. With the things I've talked about, as far as there still be a direct connector into McCorkle, and there would be future development of a northern trailhead at the McCorkle exit of 119. But I'll just open it up to whatever comments you guys have about that.
Well, we've had a lot of work done, a lot of thoughts, plans, and all I've ever wanted is to see the trail system in Lincoln County, from the recreational part, for the economic that we might get from it, whatever that may be, whether it be housing or restaurants, whatever. But I think it's a good move. And, I certainly was convinced that we could make Corporal work by using the community center, but if we can get a building, 2-acre tract on Route 3, where we already have some businesses established, I have no problem with it. I think we're on the right track.
I agree.
Before we take a vote on this, is there anybody in the public who'd like to speak to this matter? Yes, Dave.
Where's the trail going to be on Route 3?
I don't know I couldn't really tell you the exact location. It's, do you all know particularly where they talked about putting that over there?
I think it's, what, we met over there that day and looked at it, it'll be probably close to where Mr. Hill bought that property over there, and the access road that goes in now. And they had planned originally to make, and may still do it, is make that the beginning of the off-road vehicles, and the other side of it over toward McCork will be four-wheelers. But I'm not sure how they'll do this now, but if we move in the direction of Route 3, then I suspect that the trailhead will be there for both vehicle types to come in there, four-wheelers and then off-road.
You know, and they will build us, they're building a new building there, and, you know, state of the art. I mean, you know, it'll be, when people come into the county, they'll be able to see that, you know, when they enter the system, it'll be like it should be. And if we can get the development of the, and I do know there's other businesses that are committing some money into that area to develop housing and, I mean, it's lodging and things like that. And all those things that go with that, you know, in the other areas that Hatfield McCoy's in now, you know, not only you have lodging and people need places to eat, they need things to do, they need people to work on their four-wheelers. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of opportunities coming open there, I think, for you guys. And I really think in looking at it, having looked at the other trail systems that we developed earlier in southern West Virginia, and the ones that worked and the ones that didn't, this will help not only our system, but the Boone County system, because I think I mentioned before, that's a very small system in Boone County. So, but if you put these two together by a connector across the river over there, you'll have the largest, or one of the largest systems, and you'll have the one that's most western and most northern. So most of the traffic coming in comes that way. So we'll be able to have them stop in our county before they go to the other trail systems. And the comment by Mr. Lusk and Senator Kirkendall, who I talked to, also have made the comment that we have the best, the prettiest land of all the systems as far as our topography of Lincoln County and the way it's laid out. So that's going to be a big plus for us too, because, you know, I've seen people on the system sleep right beside the main route, and water from the cars going by would flash up on their tents and stuff. So that's, you know, we don't want them to have to do that in Lincoln County. We can at least get them away from the road to put up their tent thing. So we have that advantage. We have some flat lands that can be developed, and we've noted in the counties that have developed and rejuvenated places like Gilbert and things like that, that was one of the things you had to have land to work with. You had to have some ability to develop those places and have some capital to do it. And I think in doing this, it betters our chance of making this probably the most successful system on the trail system itself. So, because not only do we have the things that they want to do in the outdoors, we're close enough to Southridge that they can go shopping, or their wives can go shopping, they can go to movies, and, you know, there's a lot of things we have to offer that some of the other systems don't. So they're going to go where they can be the happiest and do the best when they come. But there's, you know, all those things we've looked at before as far as what makes a good system and what doesn't. And with the surrounding areas, like with the Southridge area and things like that, we have everything these people want when they come to Lincoln County. We can actually give them everything. They can have a good outdoor adventure. They can come over to hopefully the state park at Mud River. They can fish. So hopefully we'll have canoes set up on the Guyandotte and the Elk River, so they can ride boats and things of that nature down there. And I think all this is going to be a big plus. This is, if you've looked at the economy of the counties that the Hatfield McCoy has gone into, it causes a tremendous amount of growth. And in the things that we have that we can offer this community now, and we try all the time to look for things, this is the biggest bang for our people's buck. And this will be a big game changer, I think, especially for the northern part of Lincoln County. Of course, we're still looking at putting a connector from the East Lynn system, once it's developed, into Harts or into Aidensville for that over there. But it became such a problem at the Big Ugly site with the surrounding landowners not wanting to participate that it's impossible with the DNR signing another lease agreement with Forest Land Management, that it just become impossible for us to look 4 years down the road past that agreement. So right now we're looking at a connector into Harts from the East Lynn system. But is there any more comment as far as on the Hatfield McCoy system over Route 40?
I got a question. Okay, if it goes over on the Hatfield, if the Hatfield McCoy goes over on the Route 3 side, that's gonna put it in Boone County.
Well, some of the...
Are they gonna get the taxes instead of us? I
Well,
mean, like waterways?
Most of the systems in Lincoln County. You know, if you look at water parks in Boone County, it's really in Lincoln County that they claim it. You know, so, But the businesses that were developed, because that was a concern of mine too when I talked to Jeff Lusk, the businesses developing on these sites would far exceed anything that you could get developed otherwhere without the advantage of having these different areas to develop. So the taxes would increase based upon whatever else would go in there.
But what I don't understand, if they buy their trail, if they're at the trailhead in Boone County, they're buying their passes in Boone County, wouldn't Boone County be the one
Well,
benefiting?
any stores that are near Hatfield McCoy Trail, say the Yawkey store, Cooper owned over there, they can sell Hatfield McCoy decals, and they can sell their, they can enter into agreement with Hatfield McCoy to sell their T-shirts and all their equipment and things like that. So any business in there would be able to sell Hatfield McCoy stuff.
But when they set up their trailhead, they always set up a shop with it.
Well, yeah, there would be a shop there at the trailhead.
Right.
There would be.
And what about developing over in McCorkle?
Well, I mean.
I mean, I'd
anyone
rather
can
have traffic
develop
on McCorkle than on Route 3.
Well,
On
most of the
car
people in
rentals.
McCorkle don't want that. I mean, from the people I talk to, they don't want that. They don't want this
Well, I'm
traffic.
from McCorkle and I want
I understand that, and I addressed your particular concern with Jeff Lusk, because I know you guys were interested in business.
Oh, we have plans,
Well, and he
lots
assured,
of
he
property to
assured me,
develop.
he assured me, and from my service on the Hatfield McCoy's Board of Directors and seeing what went on before, is if you have access to the trail system, if people can get out of your lodging, hop on their four-wheeler and go get on the trail system, that's all you need. It doesn't matter what the trail is. They want to be able to get out of their house, hop on their four-wheeler and drive, and you'll have that. So you don't, that's not a problem with what we're talking about doing. Any of these areas surrounding these areas can be developed, and I'd encourage any of y'all that know anybody that would want to develop to get, contact Hatfield McCoy. We're also going to have our EDA gear up as far as helping Hatfield McCoy and getting businesses in there and things like that too. And that's something that I've discussed with commissioners before. And one of the other moves we're going to do here in a little bit is we're going to put one of the commissioners on Hatfield McCoy from over your way. So, and I think that would help you a lot too, because you'll have someone that's from that district that will have to deal with the problems and pluses and minuses and what.
Well, what about the traffic that's already on McCorkle? You know how many drunks go by my house day and night? I can't sleep because day and night they're going by my house.
Why not?
90 miles an hour, no helmets, unsafe, it's already happening.
Well,
Why not
the
get it to where we
advantage you would
control it a
have,
little
I think
bit?
one of the advantages you would have is we could enter into an agreement with Hatfield McCoy, the commission can, we've done this in other counties, where our rangers patrol that, because it's connected.
Well, the Rangers moving to McCorkle. Jeremy is, as
Well,
far as
I'm
I
just
know, is
saying
trying to move to
I think
McCorkle.
that would take care of that, because, you know, there's gonna be 2 rangers on that system, the way I understand it. And they will patrol the connectors too. And they, you know, they're certified police officers, they can stop people. You know, one of the things you will see, you know, I served on the committee for safety and law enforcement for Hatfield McCoy. The thing that causes accidents on these trail systems is the same thing as in cars, it's speed and booze. Speed and booze or somebody being high.
And it's already happening.
Well, but if you're gonna have 2 rangers over there running those roads, stopping people saying, you know, that will help, believe me. You know, any law enforcement, you can get into an area where they're breaking the law, it helps, because visibility is one of the things that you have to have. People that ride Hatfield McCoy know that they're gonna be checked for that. And that's why our system is the safest system in the nation, because they are so good at doing those type of things. But I was concerned, because I knew you guys had invested some time and effort and possibly monies to that. But I was assured, from what I know about Hatfield McCoy, if you've got 5 log cabins over there, you can book them up over a year in advance. And that's what we do at Gilbert, that's what we do in those other places. You can go online and check about Hatfield McCoy.
Oh, we go to Gilbert all the time.
Right. And that's important. So, you know, we need lodging not only on Route 3, we need it in McCorkle, we need it in the northern part, we need it in Allen Creek. Any of those areas around that will benefit from this. You're not just looking at just one spot developing. This has the potential to be a very big thing for our county, and I'm sure the EDA and Hatfield McCoy will work with you guys, because you're wanting to put lodging and things like that. That won't be a problem. The alternative we were facing is there wouldn't be a trail system, because there was so much outcry they felt at McCorkle that, you know, that people didn't want it.
Well, I like the fact that it's daylight to dark, at dark, everybody goes home, thank God.
Yeah.
I can sleep.
Well, and I do feel, and we've seen this in areas where we patrol, that Hatfield McCoy patrols in other counties, that a lot safer, a lot less drinking, a lot less, you know, doing those things that they shouldn't be doing. it really adds a benefit of security to a community that wouldn't be there otherwise. So, and plus I think this addresses a lot of the negative aspects of, you know, I had a fellow call me and say he didn't want to get up every morning with four-wheelers running right by his ear and stuff like that, and I can understand that. So I deal with that out of my place, you know, but there's this, I think overall, you know, and I'm sure it's not the best thing for everybody, but when you look at what's best for our county, I really think it's going to work really well this way. I really do. And I talked to, like I said, I've had 4 communications with the executive director, and I've talked with my fellow commissioners, and I really think, you know, we're not forgetting about you. I don't want you guys thinking, of course, that we are, because that's not the purpose of what we're trying to do. We're trying to do what we think is best for the county, and work with Hatfield McCoy and getting them in here on the schedule they're supposed to be in here, which is by July 15th opening. But if we can, you know, if we can do this tonight, then we'll have them building that place here, they told me next week, so. But we're not, you know, we're here to make everyone, to help everyone benefit as best we can from this trail system coming in. But we want to do it right, you know, we want to make sure, and we've learned lessons, Hatfield McCoy's learned lessons in other counties, and we're taking those lessons in and trying to do what's right for our county. And we're bad off it. We're not one of the first trail systems and benefited by it, but we are better off because we know what they did wrong in the other systems, and we know not to repeat that.
I've got a question.
Yes.
You still haven't addressed that hill when you cross the bridge there at Ivy, going up that hill. That has not been addressed, and that was what everybody was upset about. You need to take a ride up that road. It is god awful.
Are you talking
It's
about
so narrow.
Is it a state road you're talking
You're
about?
not gonna, once
Yeah.
people learn.
We're still, is that the area you was talking about?
Yeah.
We're still trying to get that taken care of. That'll be taken care of here, you know,
What
we're
I was
not,
gonna say is, once people learn that they can go to McCorkle and get on the trail, you're gonna have a lot of trailers, stuff parked all over the place. But now you're not gonna have the control there because Hatfield won't be there.
but as far as on the connector,
Yeah.
but no,
It's
see,
not gonna be-
we can give them the right to patrol the connectors.
It's a highly dangerous road, even to be a car and
Because you
four.
know, ATVs can be on unlined roads anyway, things. But now, as far as the safety of that road, we are in the process of trying to get that road fixed through there, so.
That's the biggest problem. That's what everybody was worried about. It's
Right.
still gonna be a problem, but it's gonna be going up and down.
Right. Hopefully, I'll be honest, with you, having sat on this, Hatfield McCoy for quite a few years, the people you worry about are people from out of state that can't drive a trailer. I mean, that's the ones you worry about. I mean, because most of the guys around McCorkle, they know where the curves are and things like that. You get some of these guys in from Colorado or Minnesota, and they don't have any hills out there in the eastern part of Colorado. So you get people back here that drive trailers with 3 and 4 four-wheelers on them, and they're going 50 mile an hour out McCorkle Road. You know, that just to me seems like well, it has been. It's been a plan for disaster in that kind of situation. Because when your ATVs meet cars, they don't win. And that's one of the things we try to cut down as far as interaction between our off-road people and the community and things like that.
I don't think McCorkle is really the road, it's actually Ivy Branch Road that's
Ivy
the problem.
Branch Road, but
If
we
they
don't-
just even put in like pull-off spots would help.
Well, and that's the
Sure.
other thing that we will look at with this road is having designated pull-off spots and things like that. Hopefully, most of the traffic that you see from out of the area will go in at the trailhead because they won't know anywhere else to go. And once they get in there and run around, and you've got a store there in McCorkle, and they can come in and have things done there, then they're gonna say, hey, this is a neat little community here, and you know, we'll have lodging over there and things of that nature. And a lot of people don't come a long way to stay with a lot of other people. They come a long way to do what they wanna do and things of that nature. So those areas that can develop lodging and things like that, you're gonna have a business. It will be there. It's not, this is, if you talk with Hatfield McCoy people, they'll tell you, people down around Gilbert, they're booked up over a year in advance, you know, so it's something that, if you have the lodging there, they'll come to it. They need a place to stay. The only alternative they would have would be to go to Southridge or over to Charleston or somewhere like that. And they'd really rather, like I say, hop out of their house, onto their four-wheeler and go. That's the number one thing that they tell us.
So we're gonna keep McCorkle to where we can drive four-wheelers on it? 'Cause
Yeah,
it
well,
is an
that, see,
unlined
as
road.
far as the unlined road, you're allowed to run on
No, it's
anyway.
not. McCorkle Road is an unlined road now.
And, but anyway, even a line road, the commission can designate that a route to the system. So if that, you know, There, we do that in the city of Man, you know, going into Man, Logan. I mean, there's a lot of different, you know, in fact, the places that don't like that are the ones that don't develop it economically. You know, that don't have connectors and things like that. That's the reason I think it's so important to get the HART system as a connector to the railway system. But, you know, I think, you know, overall, and these problems, you know, we're gonna run into problems as we do this, and we'll have to see, you know, as the traffic increases, where's it increasing at, why is it increasing there? But those are things that they monitor on Hatfield McCoy too, so their rangers would tell them if they had a lot of traffic on your road or whatever, they would tell them we need to, you know, maybe do something about that and things of that nature. So they address problems as they come up, and they've been really good in other counties, and I don't expect it to be any worse here. So, but I do feel overall there's no doubt this is the most, will have the biggest economic impact the quickest if we can do it this way. And that includes getting people to your system, you know, where you have your business and things. And we will work, you know, Hatfield McCoy will work with you and identify, they'll have a map that identifies your place that you can stay at and things like that. So there's a lot of things that they can offer people that are willing to invest money into the area to provide services for people coming to the area, so.
Now, is the trail system going to be discriminative to different, you know, vehicles that's, you know?
Now, I didn't address that with Jeff, so I don't know where they're at right now. I know there was a